And now we're on. This is it.
This is episode 1.
This is episode 1. 2 dudes.
2 dudes, 1 couch.
So I think we should start with the premise of saying that we talk very often on the phone every single day.
Yes, we do.
And this whole thing started way back when, in 2010, when we started filming ourselves in McDonald's bathrooms.
You're right.
Yeah, I know. And we had a thing back then. It was magic. But then, life happened, college happened, and we had a very hard time in continuing that. And now we said, why not just try to, continue this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we could kind of explain a little bit of what we did.
Yeah.
Right? We would go into the bathroom. It starts off pretty weird. But we'd be pretty drunk, I'd say. And then we would just say a bunch of shenanigans. Literally whatever came to our minds. And we always bring, and you're right, we even used to bring guests.
Yeah, we used to bring random people in the bathroom at McDonald's at 3 a.m. But anyways, we're derailing a little bit.
Let's get off the topic.
But that is basically how this whole thing started. And I'm Giovanni. You guys can call me Johnny. This guy is...
My name is Alessandro, but call me Deco. Everybody calls me so. We started this. We thought about it pretty recently. And we thought to ourselves, look, we talk to each other, 3-4 times a day, let's say. Sometimes we call each other more than we talk to our wives. Yeah. So we said, look, we discuss all kinds of stuff together, and sometimes it gets emotional, I'd say. Sometimes it's just for fun. So we said, why don't we bring you guys all with us on our journey together? So that's how we came up with this idea. We're chilling on my couch. We'll talk a little bit more about how our episodes come to life, but we're just 2 dudes and 1 couch. So that's how we came up with the name. And John, if you wanna bring us into the next steps?
I think the whole thing of the show is every single show we will be getting drunk. Not really getting drunk, but we will be introducing a bottle.
Let's take it easy here.
Yeah, we'll be introducing a bottle every show, and we'll be having a little glass of a type of alcohol. And today's alcohol is a Glenfiddich 15-year-old Scotch.
And this was given to me by none other than Johnny on my 31st birthday this year.
So we said, let's start off the show with some Scotch. As we're getting older, I feel like we're kind of enjoying the Scotch more and the whiskey.
Yeah, we started off with, I think anybody would start off with the lower caliber alcohols. We started with vodkas and all that.
Calibers, man. I was drinking fucking Sambuca out of a parking lot.
Exactly, yeah.
And fucking vodka out of
don't forget the 40s, right?
Yeah, the 40s. That's actually my tooth. So salud, brother.
Cheers.
Episode number 1.
Episode number 1.
We'll call this the pilot episode.
Welcome to the episode number 1 with us. We're happy to have you with us.
Salud. That's nice.
So,
that's nice.
No, that is good. So, we'll talk a little bit about how we think every episode will come. We have a kind of a way it's gonna move. So we'll start off with always an introduction. We'll introduce the topic of the day. We'll always have a new bottle that we want to try out, and we want to give a review of at the end of the episode and tell you how we perceive it, how we like it, and if we would recommend it. So we'll start off with introducing the bottle to you guys. We'll get into discussion number 1, which is any topic that we feel is important to talk about, or it could be just for fun.
Random stuff.
We'll talk about it for let's say 10-15 minutes. We'll take a little break, and then we'll move on to the second part of the show, which would be a game. So it could be a draft, top 5 list, try and guess this. We have all kinds of ideas for you guys. So, and then we'll move on to the last part, which would be to review the bottle that we just drank. Do we like it? Would we recommend it?
Yeah.
Where do we see ourselves drinking something like this? And then that's the end of the episode, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully we're not too wavy by the end of the episode.
Yeah. So,
But Glenfiddich, 15-year-old. It's a Scotch. It's a nice drink so far. And I think for a first episode, it's kind of like a nice drink, right? It's just a chill,
nothing crazy,
calm
nothing
conversation.
too...
I think that Scotch is one of those drinks where you can cheer and have long conversations on Scotch and just enjoy it type thing.
I completely agree.
And I think it's a great first episode type drink, leading me to my first thing in that we're just coming off the holidays and I drank like a fucking fish.
Oh, yeah.
I drank and ate like a fucking degenerate these holidays, and I don't know if you guys do the same, but for me it's I eat too much, I drink too much, I overindulge, and I think it's important to do that, especially that the holidays come once a year, and that you enjoy with your friends and family, right?
Completely agree.
But I can talk for myself. I definitely overdrank. I definitely overate.
I could agree with you 100%. I mean, I was with you for quite a few of the days there, but I think I went on like a 7-8 day streak of drinking every single day. So yeah, it was a bit of a rough one. And
a bit of a rough one this year, guys.
we even told ourselves, okay, we're gonna start dry January, and what January 11th?
We are Jan 11th.
We got a drink in our hands.
We are drinking, yeah. So
not that we're alcoholics, but we like to have a drink and just talk. You know, it's more of a social thing than it is drinking. You know.
Yeah, and I think like the whole thing with the holidays is like you want to just like let go and like kind of like forget about all the stresses in the world and just like enjoy a drink, a grappa and a panettone with your friends and family and not stress about like how many calories everything is.
Exactly.
But like I know on my end, like I'm a workout junkie and I love to work out, and in the holidays I'm still gonna try to get those workouts in to try to still stay consistent, right? I don't know if you're the same.
Well, look, I just got surgery on my shoulder.
This guy is handicapped. This guy.
One thing you need to know is I am an injury-prone guy. I play hockey, and I'm very known to get injured if you ask everybody. But so no, I didn't really work out much, and I didn't overindulge a little bit. Like I was eating desserts every single day, suppers, overeating, drinking. So, but it's all about how you come back from it.
Yeah.
I think so.
And you're not stressing the calories, you're just fucking eating.
It's a great period between December 24th to January 2nd, January 1st.
There's no
Nothing
rules.
counts.
It's the fucking Wild West. There's no rules. You know whatever the fuck
you don't even know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But I mean, it's a lot of like, going back and forth, seeing different family members, and it's really the time where like you spend a lot of time with family. And I think like every Christmas, like you kind of feel as though like maybe that Christmas magic is kind of leaving in a sense, but it's up to us to like keep that special moment alive, especially with friends and family, through food, through alcohol, and the holidays could be fucking stressful. What are you gonna buy?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I have to go to like 4 people's houses in 2 days. It becomes stressful, but at the same time, for as stressful as that is, you look back and be like, yeah, I remember that Christmas, 2024. Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah, it was a nice Christmas this year, and as much as it was stressful, it's a time of year I always look up to and look forward to.
Yeah,
it's like a little vacation, and it's just being with everyone and enjoying your time to not think about work, not think about I need to go to the gym, I need to go to hockey, I need to do this. And just some time to just relax, spend some time with your friends, your family, and just enjoy yourself.
That's it,
and not worry about anything, pretty much.
That's it.
So I don't know, like we could talk a little bit about what we did. I mean, mine was pretty simple. I went to my parents on the 24th. We went to Leandra, my wife. We went to her side. We went up north actually because they have a chalet. So we spent the whole week there up north with her family. And then December 31st, we spent it together. Johnny and his wife came to my house.
We did some fires in the backyard.
We made a fire in the backyard.
No complaints.
No smoke alarms to go off either, so we're good. And that's it. And then I worked a couple of days in between, but it was a nice Christmas break. And I guess, Johnny, if you want to talk about what you did there, I think.
I had a great time. I mean, look, I spent it with my family, my wife's family. We went here and there, but I think what was also important is that I kind of like slept in a little bit. I kind of tried to recharge those batteries. And the best part about my Christmas is that I got these mental Crocs.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
you're part of the Croc family now.
I was never a Croc fan. I always shout on people who wore Crocs, and my sister-in-law was actually the one who bought me my first pair of Crocs to do tomato sauce. And I said, I don't need these fucking Crocs. They're tacky. I don't want them. I tried them on, and they became my house slippers. I wore them every single day for like 4 months. And now, for this Christmas, look what I got.
Yeah, that's it. He's part of the Croc family.
So
we
now
signed him to a new deal.
I'm a Croc junkie now, is basically what I am. But no, it was a fun time. Honestly, we had a good time. And now I feel like, you enjoy during the holidays, and it refocuses you to like actually smash the year ahead and like actually like focus and like think like what's important, Because like getting off your normal schedule is important. And then like, after a certain amount of time, it's like you want to get back to that schedule, especially when you're like going to bed late, waking up late. Like that's not what we're used to doing, especially in our 30s now.
Yeah.
So like you do that for a bit, it makes you kind of want to get back to a schedule. So that's where we're at now. So yeah, I think Christmas 2024 was a success, and I'm super excited to see what 2025 has in store, especially with this podcast.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring it for you every single week, every single night. we're just gonna come up with some fun topics to talk about, sometimes some more serious topics, some really fun games, and hopefully you'll take our advice on the bottles as well. So we're just here to have a good time and just discuss.
We're here for a good time.
Not a long time.
Not a long time. That's what Drake would say.
So John, let me ask you, sorry.
Yeah.
How do you find it balancing yourself during Christmas break, let's say?
I mean, the thing is with Christmas break and like just life in general, you have to like set boundaries in a sense. So like if you don't want to go see somebody, then you don't have to go see somebody. I'm never of the believer of like, oh, I have to go to my mom's house. Like, no, like you should want to go. And if you don't want to go, then that's on you. Like, that's fine. The way I see it is like, how many Christmases like do you have with your friends and family? Life is so fucking short, man.
You never know what could happen.
Never know what could happen. And it's like, I've always been a family guy. I am like always around my family and I thrive around people. I'm a very social guy, but there's other people that are not like that. But I'm always of that belief of like, why not build memories and like see people, right? So like, yeah, it can get hectic, especially when like both our grandparents or like all of our grandparents were alive. Like we would do like 2 different sets of families in a day.
Yeah.
Now it's getting a little bit where like, you know, you have your family at home and I have my family at home.
Yeah.
So like you only have 2 sides, you know, as you get older, like it kind of changes in that sense and like your priorities change. But I think you make time for the people that you care about.
Yeah.
Right. And it shouldn't feel like a chore.
I agree. And sometimes it's tough, you know, like we've had arguments, Leandra and I also, about when we should go somewhere, who should we go see. And, you know, at the end of the day, family is number one on my family and friends, sorry, they're on my list, they're number one. So I'll try and make it work. And you're probably going to disappoint people, but at the end of the day, it's whatever you think is right.
100%,
right?
100%.
And you'll never get those, like you said, it's about building memories. You'll never get the chance to do that forever.
No,
right?
you won't. And that's the thing about family is like you have your family that you kind of like grew up with, right? Yeah. And then like there's like a kind of transition that happens like when you move out and get married, like your new family is not with your parents. Like they're still your family, but your new family is in your 4 walls. And that's like an adjustment on its own, right? And like your new safe haven is like where you live, and like that is your priority, your 4 walls, and like then you make your own traditions and like Christmas morning and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of cool, like especially like getting older, like no one kind of like teaches you these things. You kind of are just like thrown into it, and to like see like how you can navigate life. Like no one teaches you like how to handle like not living at home anymore. Like we've never lived on our own. No,
that's it. And then it's not necessarily a good thing. There.
I mean, it's good and bad. It's good and bad.
My opinion on that, we're getting off topic, but we thank our families for taking care of us for so long. Like
Shout out to the families.
I moved out at 30. You moved out at 27, 28?
Yeah, late 20s. Late 20s.
Yeah, late 20s.
28
and
maybe.
I think they helped us a lot.
Yeah.
They prepared us. They helped us even like save money and not go through the stress of like having to buy a house, getting married at the same time. Like I know you did that there, but you got some time to like to not to have the burden of having to pay a mortgage and everything at such a young age, right? So did I. But at the same time, if we would have moved out earlier, we would have probably learned a lot more than we did now. Like which we've learned a lot in the past 3-4 years, let's say.
So much.
But
so much.
If we had gone through it earlier, we probably wouldn't have been so shell shocked now.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's a good and a bad.
It's a good.
I don't regret it, and I don't think it was the best either type thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of like an entre deux in that sense. But I mean, everything that you go through in your life brings you to where you're gonna be.
Exactly.
So,
and like you said, now that we're in it, you're forced to learn it, and
there's no choice.
You have to.
If you don't learn it, you're gonna get told off.
Yeah. So that brings us to laundry. Both of us don't know how to do laundry. Now I learned it now.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking hear it.
Yeah, I just learned it though, so I got much better. But it's something that everything, like now owning a house, I know how much work it is, and no one's gonna do it for you. Yeah. You got to do it yourself. You got to figure it out.
Yeah, the work you put in is the work you get.
Yeah. So all that to say is, the holidays are a good time. Talking about houses and everything, but yeah, the holidays was a good time for both of us, I think, and I think it's only gonna get better and better as we grow older. We're gonna make our own traditions with our own families now.
That's exactly it, dude. I think that's the goal of life.
Yeah,
that's really the goal of life. But yeah, like speaking about this whole holiday stuff, we did like prepare some games.
Yeah.
In that sense. So like the first one is, you know, like we all remember that Christmas feeling, like coming down the stairs when you're like 10 years old and like, what did Santa get for us? So like what we wanted to do was, what are the best gifts that you can get? So like the top tier, I'm not talking about bottom tier, top tier gifts
okay,
that you can get.
So this is the draft part. This is the game number 1. We're talking about, basically we're gonna pretend like we're 10 years old again. We're in 1993. Well, no, 1993 was when we were born, sorry. Let's say, I don't know, 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, around that area.
Yeah.
So we prepared a list of what we think would be the top 5 draft picks if this were a draft.
The best gifts.
Best gifts that we can get at that time. So not today, but at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we just got to decide who's going first.
I mean, it's episode 1. It's your couch. Shout out to your wife. I won't mention her name, but
I just said it was Leandra.
Leandra, so. Like for letting us use your basement. So I think Alessandra should get first pick.
Get first pick?
I give it to you, man.
All right.
I think the audience is gonna definitely agree with me more than you. So I mean, go for it, man. I get you first pick.
All right. So I know what your first pick is already.
Yeah, because you saw my list.
No, because you told me before.
You saw
by accident.
You saw
so
my list.
I won't take it because I'm not cheap.
Okay.
I think I got something that you didn't even think of.
Go for it.
So with my first overall pick for the 1999 draft of Christmas gifts for a 10-year-old will be
top tier Christmas gifts.
The Game Boy.
That is a solid choice.
The Game Boy. Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Mario. There's so many games on the Game Boy. Legend of Zelda. So many great games. And the best part of it all, what is it, John?
It's portable.
It's portable.
It's portable.
You don't need to be stuck at home. You have to go for a trip to Florida or whatever, trip to Toronto on the way in the car. You can bring your Game Boy with you. I don't think anything will beat the Game Boy. There's a lot of good consoles out there, but the Game Boy was always there when you needed it.
That is a top tier option. I have to agree. In terms of consoles or like just like portable stuff, like everyone had a fucking Game Boy growing up.
Well, that's why it's the first overall pick.
Everyone had a Game Boy. Everyone had the Pokemon Gold, the Pokemon Blue,
Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, all that.
That's a nice gift.
Thank you.
I like that gift. Gift.
Now you can go with your first. I know what it is already. Go ahead.
How do you know what it is?
Because you said it before.
I would say so. The first like top tier for me, like as to get as a gift, would be a dog, a puppy. So like
that is good. I didn't think of that.
So
it's not even on my
you wake
list.
up Christmas morning, you come down, you just see a little box or whatever, and you open it, and it's just like it's a puppy Labrador. And you're just like, you've wanted a puppy your whole fucking life, and your mom and dad have always said, no, all of these years. And then you wake up and you're like, the dog is in my house. Like, this is my dog. This is my family dog. And you literally grow up with this animal that becomes your brother or sister until like you leave the house. So like it adds that sense of like camaraderie and like it builds a social aspect in your house. Like I think a dog is top tier gift for Christmas. It just adds that like, remember the year we got the dog?
Yeah.
Remember Christmas 2001
Yeah.
when we got the dog? It's just like stapled in your mind. So I think that's my first overall pick.
So I didn't even think about that. It's not even on my list.
Okay.
So I will give you props on that one. That is a great pick. And I don't even know. Cheers to that.
Cheers. The dogs.
And I don't even know how I didn't pick it because that's what I've always wanted. So I don't know how I didn't even think of it. Imagine. So that means that you left me with the pick I thought you were going to pick.
Go for it.
My second pick is still a video game console.
Okay.
And it's the N64.
N64.
The reason for the N64 is so many great games again. Super Smash Brothers, Pokemon Stadium, Super Mario 64. There's so many. Mario Kart. Like there's so many great games. And like when I got mine, I know I was a fan. You still have yours. You're still playing with. Well, you played with it when we were a bit younger.
I remember when I got my N64. Do you remember when you got yours?
Yes, but it wasn't for Christmas.
No, me neither. It wasn't for Christmas.
But
it was a birthday. I got it for birthday.
That's it. So it wasn't for Christmas, but I know, and I still have it. It's still it's displayed in my case. But
yeah,
it's a great game, a great console with so many great games. And the thing that's great about it is that you can play with friends. There's a lot of multiplayer games that you play with friends. I wouldn't even say necessarily it's the games. I'd say it's the fact that the games have so many multiplayer aspects.
Right.
And that's what creates the good times. You're playing with your friends on the same TV, and a lot of things are happening at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So that's my second pick.
The N64 is timeless. I mean, we still play it. You have an emulator, we play it all the time. I remember when I got my N64, it was like at La Stanza Buffet. You guys remember La Stanza?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like I don't remember if it was my 11th or 12th birthday, but someone had got it for me. It was my grandparents who got it for me. And I was so fucking happy to get that because we used to actually rent N64 games. I don't know if you remember.
At Videotron.
We used to go to Videotron or Blockbuster and rent the game for the weekend.
Yeah.
And play that, and if we liked it, then we bought it.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
We didn't just buy it off the bat. That's a great pick.
Yeah. So what's your second?
My second pick, again, it's not going to be video game related, but I think this is also top tier. So I'm going to go with, you wake up, your parents say, come on the couch, we're going to talk to you, and they say, guys, pack your bags, we're going to Disneyland.
Oh, damn, man.
Not necessarily Disneyland, but a vacation or a trip. Disneyland being top tier, but they wake you up Christmas morning, they're like, yo, we're leaving tomorrow morning, pack your bags, we're leaving this afternoon, we are going on a trip.
Okay.
And that family trip will be stapled, again, in your memory. Remember that Christmas that Dad and Mom took us to Disneyland to enjoy.
And so you're all about the adventures.
I'm not about experiences.
The idea, the experiences.
Yeah, I think that's top tier. I mean, look, you get things for your kids, it's nice. And as a kid, maybe you want those things, but as you get older, you realize, I'm happy I got more experiences. I'm happy I got like more other things that will last a longer time in my memory, right? So I think a vacation or a trip is like out of pocket, out of the box, but I think it's top tier.
I think you're right. That was another one I didn't think of. I got more of the tangible things, like physical, but I like the way you're going.
That's it.
I regret kind of not putting stuff like that in there.
That's okay.
But
it's episode 1, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get better at it. Though. So third pick, I'm gonna go with. It depends on if you like it or not, but I'm gonna go with Pokemon cards. So I remember when we were in elementary school, everyone had Pokemon cards.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like Pokemon had just came out. It was so popular. Everyone talked about it. They were showing it at school. We got in trouble. Remember they used to take away the cards?
Yeah.
People were trading them at lunchtime.
Yeah, it was madness.
I still remember when you didn't go underneath Messi, right?
No.
Okay, so anyways, I remember
Nesbitt and General Vanier.
Shout out to General Vanny because that's the one we went to together. But I remember once in elementary school, I was in grade 2, I think, grade 1, and I was in class, and the principal got on the intercom and said, "There will be no more Pokemon cards being traded at the cafeteria." Like, which principal didn't call it Pokemon? Like,
I think that's because we were with a bunch of degenerates at the time, which we all love Pokemon cards, but those same Pokemon cards, the ones that my mom threw out, are worth thousands of dollars today. So thank you, Mom, for throwing out the cards.
Same,
I really
too.
Appreciate that.
Mine too.
That's a good. So that's number 3 for you,
Thank
buddy.
you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go for my third one here. I'm gonna go ahead and say a bicycle.
Oof.
So a bike. Back in the day, my means of transportation was a bike. I'm sure yours too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, hanging out with friends back in the day, like between like 10 to 15 years old. You want to go out, whatever, you take the bicycle and you fucking go. You go meet up with your friend. A bike was a status. Like, yo, you have a nice bike. You got the blue bike. You got the big tires.
Yeah.
Like, that's a nice status symbol. And it's also something that lets you go outside. And like, you know, you always remember your first bike. You always remember the bike that you got at a certain event. So as a third option here, I'm going to say bicycle.
Bicycle is a good pick.
Yeah.
It's a good pick, and gives you a bit more freedom and where you can go. You don't have to rely on people anymore. So I gotta agree with you. A bike is pretty good. I think it's pretty strong.
Like this drink, it's pretty strong.
I'm gonna move on to it's another toy.
Okay.
I mean, which kid doesn't want a toy for Christmas, right? So I'm gonna go with, and this was something that was popular right after Pokemon. I don't know if you can try and guess what it is. Let's see if you can guess it first.
Right after Pokemon?
Yeah.
It's a toy?
Yeah.
Beyblade.
Exactly.
Yes!
The fourth pick goes to Beyblades. So Beyblade was something that was really popular. And I still, again, the same thing in elementary school. Everyone had a Beyblade.
We ripped them all.
Battling in the middle of recess. And I still remember, I forgot the kid's name anyway. I wouldn't say his name anyway. But his brothers, I was beating the hell out of his brothers, Beyblade. And he came into the area and stepped on my Beyblade and he broke it.
Oh my God.
I forgot his name, but
he did it on purpose?
Yeah. He didn't on purpose. He was pissed that I was beating him. He came in, he just stepped on my Beyblade and he broke it.
What a dick.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my fondest memory. But I remember when I got my Beyblades, I was really happy and I was just collecting them all. It was just a great time.
Collecting them all. That's a nice, that's nice number 4.
Yeah.
I'll go on my number 4. And I think on my 4th one here, I'm going to go with a tangible thing. I think almost everyone has had one of these. And it's either you're in or out. But at the 10 to 12-year-old age, I'm going to go with a Lego piece.
Ooh, Lego.
Lego, I mean, everyone loves Lego. It makes you, use your mind, and you have like a nice Lego piece. You can maybe even build it with your dad, build it with your brother, and just like think about like that Lego piece. And what's cool about it too is like you can put it up and like look at that Lego piece, whatever it may be, like Star Wars Lego or Pokemon Lego. They have so many Legos, and like you look at it and you think about like, wow, that Lego brought me back to like that Christmas, So like it brings you back in memory. Yeah.
And Legos now, as we know from a friend of ours, they're very expensive.
They're super expensive, yeah.
Like I was freaking out when I found out it was $2,000 for one of them. Yeah, that's pretty crazy there. But that's the big ones, like the Star Wars ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good piece. Good pick.
I think it's an okay pick for number 4.
So are we ending it? We're ending at number 5. I got a lot of them here, so I'm trying to figure out.
We'll do some honorable mentions later. Yeah.
Well, do honorable. Okay,
yeah, we'll do honorable mentions.
Okay, so number 5 for me, I am torn between 2 right now. Just because I've said so many toys and stuff like that, I won't go with the one I'm thinking. I'm going to go with the one after it. So I'm going to say sports equipment. So example, a hockey stick for a hockey player, something like that. Or shoulder pads for a football player, something like that. So that's my pick for number 5. I've got another one that I was going to put first, but I didn't want to continue with the toys. So mine is sports equipment.
I think that's chill in the sense of like you always wanted that like heavy or like nice stick. Like the Cosmic stick or whatever it may be. And then you finally get it and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Now I can use it.
You feel invincible too.
You feel invincible. That's a good pick, man. That's a very good pick. My 5th pick is going to be out of pocket again. And maybe some of you are going to say like, this is crazy, but top tier gift again. You wake up Christmas morning, your parents tell you, or maybe they'll tell you, hey, you're going to be an older brother.
Oh, I was going to say that.
You're going to be an older brother.
I was going to say that.
You're going to get a brother or a sister in the coming months. So that is a great Christmas, or even better, your brother or sister is born on Christmas Day. Like anything in that nature, right? So
the only reason why I didn't put that is just because it's something so sacred and so important. Yeah, I didn't want to think of it like a gift. It's not like a Christmas gift, right? It's like my brother, I'm getting a brother. It's not, okay, I got this for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the way I thought of it. That's why I didn't put it.
So are you shitting on my pick?
No, I'm not shitting on it. That's the reason why I didn't put it.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's like okay, you should be happy I didn't get you anything else because I got you a brother. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
Okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like if I didn't get something for Christmas, then I shouldn't be disappointed because I have a brother. That's the area I'm going. It's not a gift for me.
I got you.
It's like a part of the family is being added.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I always screw around with my brother and sister because there's an 8-year gap between me and my brother. I said the first 8 years of my life were the best years of my life. But I always screw around. That's just a joke. But I know what you mean.
So my first 8 years, my brother was there the whole time, so I can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
So you want to go with honorable mentions?
Let's go for it. I have a couple more here.
All right, I'm just going to bang them out.
Go for it,
Then you'll do yours. So mine is, the one I wanted to go with was action figures.
Okay, I have that on mine too.
Okay, so we forgot our first one that was doubled.
I had Army Men.
I just put action figures. Yeah. Anything action figures.
You know those mini Army Men?
Yeah, the green ones.
I used to like set them up for battle and like knock them down one by one. Spend like hours
I used to do
playing.
the same thing but with Pokemon. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I used to have little Pokemon figurines and that's why I did the same thing.
Yeah.
So my other one is an iPod or a CD player. CD player from when we were kids, but now, let's say early 2000s was like maybe iPod?
Yeah.
Mid 2000s?
I would say iPod.
iPod?
And if you want to like bring it up a little bit, like if you're today, like I want a fucking iPod.
Yeah.
I want a tablet today.
Yeah, but I picked the iPod because of the music.
Yeah, I mean...
An iPad, you're not really listening to music on it?
That was popular. The iPod was really popular. Yeah. I think it was even more so than the iPhone. It was like
because it came out first. Yeah, exactly.
It was first, yeah. I think we should...
So I'd say iPod, CD player. That's what I'm going for, music.
That was a good one, man. That should have made your top 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was good. That was a very good one.
Okay, anyways. I still had it. Another one is Nerf guns.
Nerf guns. That's an underrated one.
From the 90s. Another one is Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. That's
Hot
good,
Wheels.
man. This guy's on fuego.
Well,
These should have made your top 5, dude.
We'll go on fuego with one more, which is rollerblades.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean,
I don't know how to skate, so for me it would have been like...
Well, if you had rollerblades, maybe you would
Maybe
have.
I would. I only have one other honorable mention, and mine would be event tickets.
Events?
Yeah, so like a hockey game, NFL game, whatever it may be. Like, here, we're going to see the Habs.
Yeah,
like, I think that's a cool ticket in the sense of, like, especially if you've never seen a hockey game and your dad gets you hockey tickets. Hey, John, we're going. And by the way, we're in the Desjardins section. So don't eat.
Free so meat.
That is a nice gift, man. That's a nice gift to break your NHL cherry.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one.
So that's a draft, guys. I think that was honestly, for our first draft, it was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
It's pretty damn good. So I don't know if we should just go on a little other tangent and just talk about like what would be some of the worst gifts that either you've received, or if you're a kid, what don't you want to get?
I agree. I think, are we going to draft or we're just talking? Just talking?
We're shooting the shit, man.
Okay. So I used to hate as a kid getting clothes.
Clothes is top. Number one for me too.
And if you would, I would say also socks, but do you put that with clothes?
Yeah,
right?
I would say it's under the same category.
Yeah, so clothes, clothes, socks is, every time I used to open it, I know I was like, thank you.
Thank you.
Am I supposed to be happy with that? You know, like I'm not really happy, but.
That's a good one. And I feel like, but like as you get older, you kind of start appreciating like gifts like socks and underwears. Yeah. Especially like in our 30s, like I get socks, I'm like, oh yeah, I was missing socks. These are some nice socks.
Yeah, I agree. Like now if I get clothes, I'm like, especially clothes, like forget socks there, but like clothes, I like when Leandra, my wife, does my whole
shout out to Leandra.
Does my whole wardrobe. So shout out to my wife Leandra. She does my whole wardrobe. So I'm not happy. I'm not unhappy to get clothes now. So, but back then I was very unhappy when I got clothes. I'm like, no, like it's not the best gift, you know.
For me, one thing that is maybe not a bad gift, but in a sense like a gift that maybe has like zero to no. Yeah, go for it. Zero to no thought is like gift cards.
Yeah, that was my second one, yeah.
And for as much as like the monetary value is there and maybe you would use it, it's just like, there's no thought behind a gift card, right? And like even when you're older, maybe you get a gift card and it's like,
Yeah. So I agree with you now, but are you really thinking that when you're younger? Like, oh, there's no thought behind this gift.
No, you
say, hey, I could buy myself my Switch with this.
You want the fucking money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I agree with you now. Gift card is like, okay, you know, like, it's nice to have. Yeah. It's very nice to have, but it's like, okay, like especially if you put the effort into that person's gift, and then you're just getting something that has no effort. Yeah. It kind of sucks, but
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, the only one I could come up with was clothes. I don't know if you could come up with something else there.
No, that's it for honorable mentions right now for bad gifts.
All right, so do you want to go on to the second part, which is
everyone talks about resolutions. Yeah. I'm not a resolution guy. I think if I have to do something, it could be a March 2nd on a Tuesday, and I'm gonna fucking start it because I don't give a damn, right? I don't think we need a new year to start something, but there's a lot of people out there that think like, hey, new calendar year, let's start something new. And you know what? There's people like that out there, like total respect to them. Especially like the gym goers and the people who like want to like start doing a whole bunch of things in New Year's. If that's what gets you going, go for it. But I'm also of the belief of like, if you want to start something, it could be a Friday and you start it, right? It doesn't have to be a Monday or a new week or a new year, right? So this brings us to our next segment is, what are the top failed New Year's resolutions? Yeah. So I'm going to look at actually what the top failed resolutions are on average in terms of percentage. And Deco is gonna try to guess them in order.
So, I thought about what I think it would be. I wrote a little list here. So, you have them with you?
I have it right here. It's up top. I have a list of eight.
Eight. Okay, so I wrote down 8. I think I've got 6 out of the 8.
Let's hear it.
I think. Yeah. Then you'll fill me in with the rest. So number 1, I think the gym.
The gym,
like. People say I'm gonna go to gym. I'm gonna go, I don't know, 3-4 times a week. By March, they think it's too much. They stop. I think that's number one.
So that is number one.
Yeah, that's
to
it.
exercise more is
Exercise
number
more,
one.
that's
It is
it.
the most failed. 52% of people fail.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I definitely got that one. I'm happy about that. I think number two is staying on a diet.
That is actually number two.
Number two, baby, let's go.
To eat healthier, 50%.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're on a roll right now. I mean, these are the classic ones. Everyone like does these ones, right?
Yeah.
So like these are easy.
Yeah, and I think number three is giving up alcohol.
Giving up alcohol is actually not on the list for failed resolutions.
Really?
No, it's not on the list.
Oh, I'm surprised about that one.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised about that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
Not on the list. Not on the top 8.
Okay, I'm gonna go with saving money.
Saving money is number 4.
Oh baby.
Yeah,
okay.
at 39%.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's getting somewhere.
Okay.
So you got 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 4 so far.
I'm gonna go with vacationing more.
Vacationing more is not on the list.
Oh man.
No.
Okay, I didn't do that good then.
No, it's not on the list.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Um.
Remember, these are failed resolutions.
Yeah, but sometimes people say they're gonna go on vacation and they don't end up going.
Yeah,
Right?
I hear you.
Could be like that.
Yeah.
Or, finding a soulmate, like dating. Let's say.
Not on the list.
Really?
Not on the list.
Okay, so then I'm really not.
He is crumbling.
I'm
right
really
now.
in trouble now.
He is
I'm really in
crumbling.
trouble now.
I mean, to go with like the gym and eating healthy, number 3 would be something with regards to like how you look
How you look?
or like how you feel in your body. It's in relation to working out and eating healthy.
Working out any exercising? No, that's it. Exercising more is what we said.
Exercising and eating healthy leads to
Being under weight. Is
Yes.
it? Okay, staying
losing weight.
Losing weight.
So people would give themselves like a target, like I want to lose 20 pounds, and they fail.
Okay.
So that is number 3.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why I would have put that with a gym
Yeah.
type thing, you know?
That's number 3 at 40%.
Okay, so it's two different things.
So we got the top 4 done.
Okay. I don't know, these are not the ones that I'm the most comfortable with, but standing up for yourself.
No.
Like I'm not gonna make people step over me this year, you know.
These are good resolutions, but it's not on the list.
okay.
It's not on the list.
Well, the last one is the one I just threw in there, socializing.
So socializing could be on the list. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
It's number 5 to
Oh.
spend more time with family and friends.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's at 37%. So
Okay.
people fail at that though. That's the problem.
Damn, it's
Damn, I know. That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, especially I think that should be number one.
Yeah,
That should be not failing, but number one on the list of actually wanting to do that.
yeah. I mean, health should be number 1 in my opinion.
Health as well, yeah.
Yeah. So number 6 would be something that we do so much with our phones.
But stop spending so much time on your phone.
Yes.
No screen time, lower screen time.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
to spend less time on social media, and people fail that quite often.
Okay.
Number 7 is work related.
Work less.
Work
less hours.
Work less and less stress in the job, which makes sense. We
Yeah.
always say like, "Fuck, we're always so stressed with work." There's
Yeah.
that. Let's try to like disconnect a little bit and like not take it so seriously. So people felt that a lot.
That's a good one.
And number 8 is to something in regards to like finances.
Saving money.
Saving money, but in terms of living expenses. So it says to reduce spending on living expenses.
Okay, so the opposite.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So they're saving money and reducing expenses.
Living expenses.
I would have put them together.
Me too, personally. I mean, for me, like to save more money and to reduce spending on living expenses, the same. But on this list, it's 8.
Okay.
It's number 8. So
Okay.
I think that's
It's respectable.
It's a pretty good, respectable list.
So I got what? 50%?
You got 50%. I'll give you a 50.
Give me 60 because of the last one. That was pretty much the same.
Nah, I'll give you 50.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
I give you
50%.
50.
Let's see if you could top it next week.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that was basically the games we had for you guys.
Yeah. So we'll have more of that every week.
Yeah,
Let's say 1 or 2 games a week.
that was chill.
Yeah.
was a
So
nice time.
do you want to move on to the review?
The review
bottle?
of the Glenfiddich. What are
Yeah.
you feeling about this?
I'm liking it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
like it.
It's a bit strong. So no, but I have to be honest, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's okay.
Yeah.
But for somebody who wants to drink scotch or scotch, right? Yeah, it's scotch. Somebody who wants to get into scotch, it might be a bit strong for them, but
Yeah.
it's still very good. I like it, and where would I see it? I would see myself drinking this with a cigar. It's a perfect bottle for a cigar,
100%.
or just chilling, talking like this, like something like that. It's not like a party I wouldn't go to a party and have this, you know.
It's not an entry-level Scotch.
No, that's it. But I would definitely recommend it.
I think it's nice.
On a 5.
On a 5, yeah.
I'd give it a 3.5.
I was thinking the same thing.
3.5, right?
I was gonna give it like a 3.5, 3.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, around that area. Yeah, it's still good, but you'll see as we go along. Like, there's one that we're gonna bring on that we think is both a 5, but we'll keep it a secret.
It's a solid bottle. I would definitely buy it again, and I would definitely drink it. But on the boom meter, or
no, don't bring it up.
Or the top 5, I would definitely give it a 3.5.
3.5.
It's a nice drink. It's a social drink. It's, in my opinion, like now we've been drinking Scotch for what, like maybe like 2-3 years.
Yeah, about two years.
And late 20s, and it's a nice drink. It's a nice pour. I like it.
So I give it 3.5, 3.6.
3.5 final score.
Yeah, final score is 3.5. Cheers.
3.5.
The Glenfiddich.
Salud. So that's really all we have for you guys today in episode number 1.
Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna come up next week. We're gonna have a new bottle to open or to try out. We're gonna have new topics, new games. So we're hoping that you're gonna be back along with us with the journey.
No choice. Subscribe, like, comment.
Yeah,
give us some shit in the comments, guys. Fucking blast us.
Yeah, write down your comments. Tell us what we can improve on. What your thoughts were on the first episode. We want to improve, obviously, as we go along, and we hope that you'll be here with us next episode.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much what it is. This is how we spend our days. We just end up talking on the phone, and now we got a chance to actually sit down and talk to each other. And
2 dudes.
We brought you guys with us.
1 couch. And Crocs.
And Crocs.
You guys have a good night.
You too. Enjoy, guys.
Yeah. Woo!